sorry.
Wait a minute.
Real. I know.
Oh, I didn't know that you told me
I told you that.
Yeah, you did, but he must not have heard.
that. No, I didn't.
You don't be getting this seat.
Love, love, love.
We're ready to start at 4:30 on my phone. Good?
Yep.
Alright. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Paintsville Lake Historical Association regular scheduled meeting on Monday, October 17th, 2016. Lynette, will you do the roll call, please?
Richard Mullins, Jerry Daniel,
Here.
Andrea Dixon,
Here.
Bonnie Porter,
Here.
Bobby McCool,
Here.
Laura Capp, Kay Hall.
Here. Would you look at the approval, do the approval of minutes of the regular scheduled meeting September 19th, 2016?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next, financial reports and payment of bills for September 2016.
I'll make a motion to approve the
Do we have
payment of
a
bills.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Russell, tell us about the home.
So you need an update from the Mountain Home Place.
Yes.
Mountain Home Place Farm is actually doing good. As far as the farm itself, it's looking real good. All the animals is in real good condition. We've actually started repairing already some of the things, you know, that we need to repair this winter. We've already started.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting a list, you know, so I can give it to you at the next board meeting. Today, we bring out a lot of things from upstairs, getting it ready for our Christmas decorations. So we're getting ready to do all the decoration. We're doing it early this year.
Well, that's good.
So, you know, we can do it while it's warm, and we're going to use this next 2 weeks while I've got a full crew there to decorate this as much as we possibly can.
And then what's the dates again for that?
It's the second weekend and the third weekend in December, but I'm not for sure about the dates.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is there any reason why we can't grow our own pumpkins at the Mountain Home Place?
This year we actually grew some,
Mm-hmm.
or started growing them, and we had, it was about the same time that the tornado hit in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I mean, it tore my corn, it tore everything up.
Right.
And by then, it was just too late to put out anymore because it wouldn't have done any good.
So is that something that we can look at for next year?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let me ask you something else. What about a greenhouse?
The greenhouse, I've actually talked to the board about that before,
Mm-hmm.
and we do need to try to get a grant to build a greenhouse up there where we'll have our own planks, and that's something that was discussed before. I've already got permission from the Corps and everything to put a greenhouse there.
So we just need a grant.
That K-card stuff, have you been keeping up with that? They offer grants.
They offer grants, but nobody has filled out anything to get a grant with, so.
Okay.
To do it.
Where's the papers that we need to fill out? Where do we need to go to, Bonnie?
I'll send that out to you. I've been sending it to them for a long time. It's called K-card. They
Right.
do several different things with farmers.
There's actually a lot of grants out there to where you can get those things done.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, because
Check.
between Main Street flowers and the Garden Club flowers, I mean, Paintsville should be flowered to death.
But I
For
mean,
lack of a better term.
You can do that, and that's things that I have mentioned here before.
Uh-huh.
We have talked about that before.
Well, is there any way, I mean, I know this is all a moot point now, but like for next year, could we do our own pumpkin patch at the farm, at the Mountain Home Place? Like they do out at White Oak?
I mean, John,
We
I mean,
could-
it is. I mean, there's no reason why we cannot have pumpkins.
Well, it's not just the pumpkins, and I mean, and I've taken my grandchildren to White Oak, and they've got tire swings, they've got some animals, they have, you know, they sell,
Corn maze.
Yeah, the corn maze and stuff, but basically all they did was just take the kids out on a tractor trailer and let them pick up their own pumpkins and stuff and take them back in. If they wanted to decorate them, they could take them home. And they have a little gift shop there, which we do also. And I mean, I don't understand. My husband and I drove out, we just went driving yesterday, and Paintsville, Johnson County, Gatlinburg has nothing on us, and we're not utilizing it at all. You know, and I'm just, looking at the brochure and stuff, and I looked at our tourism page, and we don't have pictures of the cruising. We have no car pictures there. Apple Day, I think, had 2 pictures. We needed to put probably more, like the spelling bee and the math bee, things that nobody does anymore. And, right now, it is peak season for a photographer. And we need to to advertise that and say this is a photographer's dream to come and take pictures and things.
Coming in. And Linda Duncan and their group has several people coming in.
Yeah.
So we pursue that.
Yeah, we have to. Between the lake and everything else, it's just there's just so much that can be done. But I was just wondering, like I said, about the pumpkin patch and things like that. I just think there's just so many things that we could do out there.
Well, now, there's a lot of things that you can do, and we do a lot, but you gotta take into consideration too, that through the peak season, this past year that we was working with a skeleton crew with a few bones missing. We had nobody out there to work, actually, through our peak season. It's all that I could do to keep up with everything. And then if you take the weather into consideration, the weather can either make you or break you.
Right.
You can have the finest corn patch one day, the next day it's all in on the ground somewhere, and it's not going to come back when it does that.
Well, pumpkins are a lot more hardier though than they are than corn. My husband and I have tried to grow corn and we gave it up.
The day that wind come through, that jury was up there that day that it took down. It wiped out just like cucumbers and everything.
Yeah.
It was just right on the ground, and that wind was probably, I'd say that day was 60 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And it just destroyed just about everything we had up there.
The dates on the Christmas are the 9th and 10th, and the 16th and 17th of December. That's from
Russell, you need to get with James, because he wants to make a round thing to go over the top of that tree. And have you got with James?
Oh yeah, I've been talking to him,
Okay.
because James actually can't make it. We're gonna have to go down to, the welding shop. Down to
23 welding.
23 welding, yes, 23 welding, to have it done, so.
Okay.
basically-
That'll make it a lot easier.
Right,
with that
it's a
tree.
halo for the top of the
Right,
tree, and what it
right.
does, it
Just drops down.
yeah,
and
you just,
Yeah.
have to put your lights on it, and then it just drain down,
Yeah.
yeah.
And will you clarify something for me? I've had some messages about the haunted trail. The fire department decided they didn't want to do it. Am I correct in that?
Yes, yes.
So we didn't
It
say
was-
they couldn't do it.
We didn't decide that we was gonna do that. They asked about it, and it was a mutual decision. It had to be a mutual decision, which I've still got the letters from Paintsville Tourism, and I've got the letter from Rock House.
But it was ultimately them that did it.
It wasn't tourism who
It
stopped
wasn't
No, it
tourism that
wasn't
said.
tourism that.
You can
asked
get that in the
about it.
paper.
Well, somebody had gone on there and said it was us,
Oh.
and we
No.
got rid of them. I said, I don't think so, but I'll have it
No.
clarified.
No, Rock House, actually, I got the letter from Rock House.
Right.
And presented it to this board, or, part of this
Yeah.
board, anyway.
Me.
And then what happened was, then they said it was a mutual agreement to split it with half.
Okay, well, I just had people, I said, I don't think so, but I'll have you
Right.
Russell clarify.
It got to the point where there was so many of them.
There's so many in economics right now,
Yeah.
It was just something that cost you a lot.
Yeah.
And the last year that we did it, I think that our part of it's like $1,400 some dollars.
And the weather was a factor those past few
Oh, it's
years.
bad.
It was
Yeah.
real cold
It was
Yeah.
bad, and then you couldn't get the groups
to
actually
volunteer.
to do what they were supposed to do.
Mhm.
They would come in and they would sign up 10 people to do each haunt, and then they would have 3 or 4, and here we was scrambling trying to find volunteers to fill in their spots.
Well,
And so we just, it's just not worth it.
well, I said I get this
Yeah.
clarified, so thanks so very much.
One other thing that I did do, I did a report here today, a financial report on how we're doing for this season. And if you'll look at this.
Thank you.
This gives you an outlook on every month that we've had in 2015 compared to 2016. It was actually, for the first 4 months, we were gaining ground, but for the last 3 months now, we're losing. So.
Did you do the thing with the children, Russell, with the school training?
Well, we did part of it. There was some of it that we had problems with, just like we had problems with advertising and stuff like that. And if you'll notice, through September, our revenue through September was down about $4,000.
So what you're saying is we didn't have the schools out there like we did in the
We
spring?
didn't know.
And
No.
why is that?
Through the spring, I did all this myself, and I went out to the schools,
Uh-huh.
and I got them in.
Mhm.
But through the fall, this is something that the advertisement stuff, everything went put together for on, I couldn't get to the schools in time, so we didn't have the schools come in.
Well,
Of course, in May they're wanting a field trip into school and stuff.
so maybe if you can do it like we do it this spring, then maybe you could go ahead and schedule it for the fall so that it would be before the end of the year, go ahead and schedule the schools for the fall.
So the teachers would
Right.
know
So the teachers would know.
and getting their curriculum and stuff.
Yeah, because they'll be doing their curriculum.
Actually, well, most of the time the teachers tells us what we need to do is be there in August to do the fall trips. When April rolls around and we start back to work, actually in March, a lot of times, I've got somebody at the schools, and that's the way I did this year, and that's why we did so well with the schools in May, or in April, because we got out and got these schools in.
Right.
So
But what I'm saying is we need to schedule it before the end of the school year for the fall.
Yeah.
Teachers.
Because school really starts back in the middle of August,
Yeah.
and then
It
in
was
June,
like
10th or something, and then September's when we want them.
Johnson County starts at the beginning of August. They start like August the
Yeah.
1st,
Yeah.
second.
See, most of the teachers told us that was the best time to do it. When they come back in and start, they said give them, a few days to get everything straight, and then come on in and do present what we have
So in other words, you need to contact the schools,
in August.
well, the end of this school year.
The school year. you
April,
go ahead
May
and
for
schedule
August. Go ahead and schedule it then
For August.
for the following school year. When you decorate for the Christmas thing, just exactly what's going on out there? What are you doing?
We decorate all the front. We decorate the administration building completely. This year we're trying to do some arches across the main road, and which these arches will be something like they have at Archer Park, only mine's a little different. Mine's like a double arch compared to where they've got like a single one that we're gonna do, and we're trying to do sponsorships for that. And then we'll be doing the arches actually across the walk coming into the building, the entrance coming in. And we'll be doing candy canes and stuff like that. Now the farm itself, we don't decorate,
Right.
but we have, just like our nativity scene at the barn, we do Christmas carolers, we do this Christmas story in the church, and then in the cabin we give away chocolate and cookies.
Is there any way we could do like a festival of trees?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's something I need to think about doing.
You ever been to the park in Ashland, how they do the festival of trees down there? It's really nice.
So are they live trees or?
Yes.
Okay,
I think
that
so.
would
Yes,
require.
now a lot of them are not.
Like some of them are not.
And
that's
they
correct.
sell them,
That are already
like
decorated,
businesses
they
and
encourage.
Kiwanis and Rotary. And
Yeah, they have. It's like
They-
tree sponsors.
Yeah, somebody sponsors a tree.
Are they outside though?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. It's
Well,
pretty.
now, one of the things we're trying to do now, this thing, we're just building this one up. I mean, it just started a couple years ago for us. And this past year, we had a real good turnout.
Mhm.
And so if we do it 2 years, or do the 2 weekends this year, we're expecting, if we got the weather for it, we're expecting twice as many people, if not more. So, you know, what we're trying to do is something that we're not just jumping right into and trying to do everything at one time. We're building this thing as we go, and every year we add to it.
And you also had the carriage rides too.
Yes, we did carry
Last year.
last year. We're gonna do the same this year.
And that line was crazy.
Yeah, but this
Oh,
year, this year we'll actually, I'm not for sure, we may do the one carriage and do the wagon. That way we can get a lot more around. But regardless, everybody gets to ride one time. The ticket that you use to get in with is a ticket that gets you on the carriage. You turn your ticket in and get on the carriage, so. And still last year, I mean, it was just amazing that people that was out there riding the carriage.
Any other comments, Russell? You did?
That's about it for me. I guess.
And thank you. I guess we'll adjourn the Paintsville Lake Historical Association. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Paintsville Tourism Commission regularly scheduled meeting Monday, October 17th, 2016. Lynette, will you do the roll call?
Richard Mullins, Jerry Daniel,
Here.
Andrew Dixon,
Here.
Bonnie Porter,
Here.
Bobby McCool,
Here.
Laura Pack, Katie Hall.
Here.
If you look at the minutes and approve those of the regular scheduled meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is the approval of the financial report and payment of bills. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And on to old business, the Stafford House fencing.
Laura's not here to give an update.
We, are gonna try and get in, you know, it was,
We still haven't got that other estimate or whatever.
they haven't given it to us, nor have we gotten the bathroom one.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
we're just in the process of finishing up the electrical work, and I'm going to take somebody's head off. I don't know whose it is, but, this is ridiculous that we can't get that finished, and
Right.
we're getting ready to do that pumpkin house, and we need those outside
We need those
outlets.
power, yeah. You're right.
So,
Is there any way we could try to get a sponsor for that fence? Like a couple of businesses or something that you could
you
have
don't
a
wanna
sign
see
on
me,
it?
because I walk in and they say, what do you want? So, no, it would,
I mean, but is that a possibility?
I personally think it would be very difficult. I think times are difficult as it is financially here, and it's not.
You're tapped.
You
Oh,
know,
I'm sure.
we're gonna be hitting them up for Mount Home Place Christmas. I mean, you just kinda have to make a decision. We're fortunate enough to have a sponsor step up to take care of the popcorn and sodas for the movie. I mean, it's just how many times you go out and ask. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, there's a perception that tourism has all kinds of money, and why would we be asking for sponsors? So,
that's what I've been told on numerous occasions. So, there you go.
So how much was the estimate on the fence?
About 20,000,
Yeah, I think it's 17 or something.
between 17 and 20.
And that's the one that's gonna go on the riverbank all the way around.
Runs all the way, starting at the Floyd's property.
The privacy
where his
fence.
house
Right.
comes up and back out,
Yeah.
all the way up around.
Okay.
Do we have any new business? No. I guess we'll go to the approval of the financial report for the Country Music Highway Museum and payment of bills.
make a motion to approve the financial from country music.
All right, have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jeremiah,
My turn.
it's your turn.
Just give a brief update about the Brushy Fork Institute. I attended that last month right after our meeting. Lots of networking occurred. It was a 3-day, very intensive workshop series dealing with the track that I was on. It was dealing with tourism in the region and doing experience-based tourism. So it's refreshing to know that there's other communities just like ours that's facing the same difficulties but finding the same solutions that we are. And we were able to feed off of each other and give some very good ideas to each other and sharing. Social media is one of the things we came back with, was a big topic that we need to work on. And then there's some other resources out there. There was 5 tourism directors in the class and some other folks that deal with public entities, not necessarily tourism, but very good session down there. There are some funding opportunities. I know in the past, tourism has received money from the Brushy Fork Institute, and those will be coming later on. So a very good event, and I think one that was able to do some networking for our community very much.
That's what we got the signs for.
Right,
Main
the
Street got
past.
the 8,000
Yeah.
trail signs.
Folks from far and wide, as far away as North Carolina, and folks all across the state were there, and they were talking about our Paddle Fest. Once I mentioned I was from Paintsville, they very much was like, oh, we know all about the Paddle Fest, so they were very excited about that. So that was a good time down there. Looking ahead, we have our yearly meeting, our annual meeting of the KTI. It's going to be November 1st through the 3rd, so we will be attending that. That's going to be in Lexington this year. And there's some very important topics that will be discussed there during the annual meeting. Mostly legislative matters, but it's their annual meeting. Very much looking forward to that. In February, we have the Kentucky Sport, Boat, and Recreation Show. That's going to be February 9th through the 12th. And that will be in Lexington, Kentucky. And we are partnering again with Paintsville Tourism to go down there. Lots of folks attend that show, and lots of folks come back to our region for various activities. But we feature our outdoor tourism at that time. And then Travel South is going to be March 12th through the 15th, and that is the large travel showcase
That's the
that
one I
we
went
have.
to.
Where's it this year?
This one's going to be in Missouri this year, and again, we are partnering with Paintsville Tourism to go to that show and recruit bus tours.
Yes.
Travel groups are the ones that attend there. So that's kind of the plan. We are gearing up for Christmas. As you all know, we've got a couple other things going on that I'll let Stephanie talk about, but we're gearing up for Christmas on the farm and downtown Christmas. Tourism partners with Main Street, and so we're working on that right now. And that's a big thing. Our movie is coming out Saturday, The Goonies. We're going to show that at the SIS.
How many shares we got on this? 957 shares.
There's some positive feedback.
Oh, that's all I've gotten on Main Street and
Very positive
Yeah.
feedback. I would like to note that we have a Square account set up now, and I shared that both on Main Street, on Tourism's page and on the SIP's page. And you can go online and purchase tickets, and it has both dates on there. Since it's our first one, $5, and you get your food, you get popcorn, your soda pop, and your admission for $5. You can't beat that. You know?
Your first bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
Your first.
So,
Yeah,
It's
you
not
get-
unlimited.
You get
Right.
one.
No.
It's not unlimited. Yeah, you get one. But still, that's probably the best value that we've seen in a long time in this region. $5 for a movie,
Right.
one popcorn, and a can of soda pop. That's pretty good. There is we've received one bid on the sealed bids for the upgrading of the seats at the SIP, and that is scheduled, I believe, for the 19th is the reading of the bids on the 19th. So we're looking forward to that and looking at those
You've
seats.
been on there
that-
to see.
There is a sample chair that someone has sent that's down there
Oh, Lisa.
at the seat.
I said, Mandy, come over here.
It's wonderful.
Come over to your back, the seats my baby had. I mean, they lay back, they're nice.
So you have some samples over, I mean,
It's one.
One.
I don't know, somebody that's been on it, is all I know.
But we didn't not installed yet.
Oh, no, we haven't bought them or
I was
anything.
just like, wow.
No,
It's a used chair,
But still,
from a church, and there's a certain number of them, I guess, but,
They're not purchased yet, but that's a good segue into me asking the board to approve a certain amount of money for us to spend up to on those seats. If that would be something that you all would like to entertain at this time. We don't know what the bids are, but if we would have a set amount, and looking at those to redo that and paint in there, cause the floor is in desperate need.
well, yeah, if you were gonna take the chairs up, you'd paint the floor.
Yeah, and the ceiling.
And the
And
ceiling.
yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, I would like to see us approve a certain amount, that way if we do get a bid that comes in within that range, that we could go ahead, with that.
And Wade said, if we buy the paint, he'd paint it for free.
Yes, that has been,
can I ask, I think I might have mentioned this once before, but, and we did this auditorium at the college, we actually,
Sell.
yeah, sells, sponsored
Sponsors.
seats.
I
And
think
actually
it
what
would be
you
a
do
good
is
thing for us to have a table on,
Yeah.
Saturday
Mhm.
and Saturday night, to sponsor a seat.
But you sponsor it for enough to actually, have to pay more than what the chair is, and, I mean, it went over well for us, I mean, we made, it's a campaign,
sure,
yeah.
absolutely, it is a campaign. That would be the ideal situation.
And there's several people that would.
Oh, yeah, Lord, you have to go into the
Especially the
SIP,
seat,
yeah.
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 I don't, those balcony seats aren't really that bad. But if we're doing it, we might as well do them all.
How much
Right,
were the
you
seats
need
there?
to
Did
do
we
them
get
all,
for that?
there's some that are torn in the balcony and a few that are broken as well.
Yeah, $500.
So I would recommend that we, do them all at one time.
Yeah.
And of course, you would want a few spare in case there's a problem with the seat or something
Mhm.
like that.
With that one you have, you have to take them all, don't you? Whoever has that, and I think you have to take 390,
yes,
whatever there is, you have to take.
whatever
the whole
they
thing.
have is what we would take.
Well, it seems 350 to, I mean, the SIP.
360.
360, okay.
Seven, well.
So-
360.
But you have extra.
Wait, extra, you can't,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
these
well,
are
if you
pretty
had
decent,
Some
amount
break.
function or something,
they're pretty decent seats already.
They are very nice, yes.
they're super
But
nice.
you could you not, do a campaign for those as well, to put your name on?
Oh, yeah, that,
To put your
we
name on
very
it?
much would do that. We would do a campaign, for that, to put your name on the seat and we would get the plaques.
I had somebody tell me they wanted to buy a whole row.
That
Well,
would
if
be
I did, I'd certainly like to, I'd be interested, my father-in-law
Yeah.
played there years and years
Yeah.
ago, played
Yeah.
music there.
Do you have any idea about how much they would
We could be upwards for a brand new chair, you're looking at upwards $150 to $200 for
Some
a
of them are
brand new
$500.
chair, yeah, right. So these being used, I'm not sure the figure, I think
It's a sealed bid, so we won't
Yeah.
know till the
I
night.
would-
we did specifics, but I mean, they're in such good shape, it would be hard, I mean, most
you- if
people
y'all
would
can
go,
buy
I
it,
would
I'll
buy
take
a
you in
new
there and
chair,
sit in.
looking at this particular chair, and the positive thing is that they sit very high, so the chairs that are in there
Are low.
are low and your neck is, and this has something that's,
They kind of
you
lean
can
a
rest
little
your
bit
neck
on
on.
there.
So could you look at the brand of the chair and maybe just Google it and see how much it is
Mhm.
new,
Mhm.
and then we could just kind of go from there.
We've already got it done.
we know what it is brand new and however
Yeah,
old these
yeah,
are,
we've
that'll
already
give you a
sent
ballpark
out
figure.
Bids, we've already
We've
done
already
a
sent
bid,
out
it was in
the
the
bid.
paper,
Okay.
specifically
Yeah.
what
We
we
guided
were
what
looking
we
at
wanted.
and what we could.
And they would fit in there,
Jonathan
right? I mean,
done
it
it
sounds,
for
they would
us.
fit and
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
it?
why they sent us one, so we could.
Oh, so they did send you
We
one?
got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They very much would fit, yes.
It's a nice thing, the one that's
And,
in.
and Bobby, unless you are ordering a custom order, most of the theater seats are standard.
Okay.
It's a standard size unless you're ordering a custom order. Most of them are standard sizes.
Okay,
They got a few different bells and whistles, but they're all pretty much the same size.
okay.
But I would like to see us do that. That way we can move forward with that. I know that's an investment, but
campaign later on, even after you purchase it.
Yeah, you
You
do.
can
Oh,
still do your
absolutely.
campaign. Okay.
Absolutely. The
Yes.
idea would be to purchase the seats, have them installed, and then do the campaign as you're
Yeah, it'd be
going
easy to
along.
campaign,
Yeah.
actually, if you got
And
this.
you
it's
can
good.
buy those little brass plaques.
Yeah, that's all you do.
And even at the Mountain Art Center, they have names on the back of chairs, right?
Yeah, they
Mountain
do.
Art Center, Pikeville College
Yeah.
did it,
Jim
the
Ross
Sandy
did.
did it.
You know, we
Jim
put
Ross.
ours on the arm.
There was
But
an
doesn't
article
matter.
recently in Blue Ridge Outdoor Magazine about the theaters, and you know, the renovation of theaters are $5, $6, $7 million, and if you look at what we're thinking we could spend in there to bring it back to, you know, a brand new thing, all in all, with the front, the exterior, and the sign you've already done, you know, you might be $150,000, and these people are
They
spending
spend
$5 million,
millions.
and
And
it talks
Yeah.
about what it does for your downtown community. And
The
you
heart
know,
and
my
soul of the
belief is that just seeing from this movie and the excitement there is a need for things to do downtown, and people love their theaters.
Mhm.
And we're fortunate that it's not, you all kept it going. And you know, I can say that, you know, I'm from Prestonsburg, and I can tell you that so many people have struggled with the theater closing there. And this theater has potential to have, you know, from live music performances to, I mean, it offers the gamut, which is great.
I got a call today asking if they could have a birthday party there.
Yeah.
So we've done weddings, birthday parties, theater shows, concerts, movies. It is a very versatile facility, and I think, you know, us spending the money, making the investment will certainly, our return on the investment will be great.
It being as old as it is there not a grant for that?
What are you doing?
there's very little preservation money right now. I
The
pretty
shift
well,
has went from preservation into more social programming for children. essentially.
I look all the time. I mean, you know, I got that one grant and we redid the lobby. And then we got another grant again, but they're few and far between. They're just,
And we're always looking for
I
it.
mean,
It's
I always look, and Regina's always looking for me. You know, I just,
So what?
if there's one out there, we'll apply for it.
I just wondered, like, getting in touch with, Richard Thomas. He being originally, you know, his family being originally from here and stuff. I don't know if that's,
If you do a campaign, you don't turn any doors down.
That's
exactly.
correct.
Right.
You're not
Yeah.
the one that will come.
Including, like I said, my father-in-law played music there
Right.
back in the 40s and 50s. Now he's passed on, but certainly I'd be honored if I could put a chair in there with his name on it.
Absolutely.
And then there's many, many more people
Oh,
who
yeah.
play back on the radio station back in the.
They're, I'm
They-
there.
There's
It was a
multiple
vaudeville
opportunities,
theater, actually.
it's
Yeah.
just getting it going.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's getting it going. And
We just need a plan and go with
a
it.
plan and go, because I mean, the goal is on Saturday night, we wanna have like a rendition of what this SIP could be when it's all brought back to life, and talk about that, because obviously they're gonna come in and see this movie and there's broken chairs and such, and we don't want them to walk away going, well, this is great, you know, $5 or whatever, but it's, you know, needs some work. We want them to know, this is just the start.
Mhm.
And, you know, and I even suggested that we do a donation box, and, you know, you're here for the movie, you wanna make a donation, drop it in there.
For renovation.
And and it all go towards the SIP. But, you know, we have to kinda start the ball rolling, so then we can start marketing it and reaching out.
I think if you have that information there, buy a donation box. What's it gonna hurt?
Right.
If you get $5,
And if you
you
get
get
up and
$5.
speak prior to the
Exactly.
movie, opening, I think the buzz will begin.
Mhm. That's right.
Absolutely.
And that chair's over in the SIP now,
The
yeah.
SIP, yeah.
So people can see it,
Yes.
when they come to the movie.
I don't know how long the chair, I would have to go back and look at the email to see how long
Oh, it
the
might
chair
be-
is gonna be. It
oh,
might
okay.
have to, there's a window
Yeah.
of which this can, you know, if
We
someone
can
else
lose
comes
it.
in and they say,
We
you
can
know,
lose them.
we want those chairs, then,
They're obviously gonna sell them. They're not.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah, you can't wait on that.
Right, they just want
We're
their
not-
And I don't
money.
blame them.
I mean, the
at all.
timeline is here. We're
Yeah.
really at,
Yeah.
we might have already passed the timeline, and it's like, it's going back, whether we get them or we don't get them, but my opinion is we're making a huge mistake if we don't take advantage of the
Well,
opportunity.
we didn't go ahead and.
When are we supposed to open the bids? Because I wasn't here.
The 19th.
Do we need,
So that's
you need
2
some,
days
what do you
ago.
need
That's
from us
like
to?
If we
I would-
approve, Jonathan, I think, I don't know if he spoke to you about it, if we approve up to a certain dollar amount, then whatever the bids fall, then we can look at it from there.
Well, then we probably need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, from the board, I would like for you all to approve up to a particular dollar amount, and then give us the authorization to do anything that comes.
How many
from-
chairs are there?
390.
390.
So 390 times, let's say 300 is 117,000.
No,
Let's,
These chairs aren't supposed to be near that high though.
No.
No.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think
That
we
was just a
talked
ballpark figure.
$100.
That's what we would be looking at, that's why this is an opportunity
That'd be new.
for us.
Okay, so that's
Or
not,
it
okay.
could be even more than that.
there's some of them that Wade and I looked at, actually, I didn't see any of the newer ones for 250. They were going from 500 to
Yeah,
750. The new ones were.
So if you say $150, it's 58.5.
Which would probably be a safe place for us to be.
So should we say 60,000?
I would feel comfortable asking the board for that much.
Okay.
Yes. That way we would have, we would be able to move ahead with that and then get the other repairs done. And that would also be able to include the cost of our
That's
paint.
Paint, yes.
And the labor would be donated.
Yeah.
And we have the funding available,
Yeah, that'd be the.
And if you,
Does that matter?
I mean,
does that matter?
if, so,
Some of us have done
I mean,
it.
Technically, yes, we do. It's a
Do,
matter.
could we go, I mean, like go revisit the budget or something? Would that be a doable thing? No.
I mean, what you hope to do is whatever you spend, you're gonna recoup it plus more.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the goal,
That's-
and then once you start the marketing, you start the movies, and, I mean,
What's
it's
his name? Brother that died.
With,
the egg before the.
with
Oh,
people
it's-
wanting
it's-
to do that, with the schools and the theater doing their plays there, with people wanting to come
Yeah,
to the
I
venue.
mean, I think that.
We've had a huge amount of interest generated since the remodel on the front of the building.
who does the SIP? Who's in charge of that? You are? Okay. So I mean, so if anybody,
I parked
Yes.
everything, excuse me.
okay. So,
Is
Main
there,
Street kind of partners.
is there anything that, within our guidelines, bylaws, whatever, that would prohibit us from doing this?
Not that I'm aware of.
You know?
That's why we got him.
No,
He'll
I mean,
keep us
that's
in
just
line.
an expenditure, I mean, who owns the SIP?
The city owns
The
everything.
city owns everything.
But, I mean, they own this they own everything, but
Right.
we're just,
And
it's
we
kind
don't.
of
I
like.
mean, there
a-
shouldn't be, I mean, I haven't looked at your bylaws or your articles of incorporation, but I can't imagine there's anything that would restrict you from, I mean, just like giving money to the Apple Festival or anything that
Right.
you choose to do that promotes
Tourism.
tourism, I mean, I think is a legitimate expenditure.
Okay, and I just wanted to ask a question to make sure that's,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
that's just.
Stephanie, you might want to, let's do a press release on from that article.
Oh, from the Blue Ridge,
Mhm.
okay.
So that we will, because I think that's a wonderful article, and it tells what it has done for cities. And it shows that we have really been very frugal to say the least.
well, you
My-
might, when you're doing the movie, you might ask a radio station to come down or call East
We've
Kentucky,
already,
East
that-
Kentucky
they've already
Broadcasting,
been invited.
for,
WYMT,
It's
East
coming,
Kentucky
Corey's
Broadcast.
coming, and maybe, yeah.
And the local.
It's been
right?
it's been sent to everybody, and,
Sometimes they come,
I mean-
sometimes they don't.
Oh, I know.
Corey assured me he would be here with WKYT.
Absolutely.
and then you just might throw in there, anybody who would like to donate in helping us revitalize, send your check here,
Trust me, I pass the plate to everyone.
send your check here.
Well, I mean, we already have people who've purchased tickets today for Goonies, and we have people coming from,
Southern Ohio.
Southern Ohio, from Hazard,
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim,
Mm-hmm.
was somewhere else, can't now remember, but I mean, that's already bringing people in for our first movie, so. And that's part of the key is selecting movies. Goonies has a huge cult following.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you have to really watch what you're selecting.
And they'll also have, we'll have a poll out there for
That's
a choice of 3 to 4 other movies for the next one. That way
Right.
people get to vote. So
Build
it's very,
excitement within the community. There's a weigh-in of what's the next show gonna be, you know, playing. So it's,
You know, Christmas would be a good time to do, like, have your carolers downtown.
Well, the carols will be downtown in December. I mean, the first Saturday in December for
Yes.
the Christmas stuff.
Right.
Right.
For
But
that
I mean, like,
Christmas
if you're
celebration.
about for a movie, you know,
Yeah.
maybe have you some carolers,
We do all that.
serve your hot chocolate and stuff, and do It's a Wonderful Life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something like
Right.
that.
So what are you asking, Jeremiah?
I am asking for the board to give us permission for at least $60,000 to be spent on upgrades and repairing the ceilings and painting in the city.
So I guess we make the somebody make a motion to give up to $60,000 for the seating and lighting and repair. Painting and repairs.
Yes. Understanding that, you know, this is, I know that's a big investment, but we can return on our.
It'd be bigger if we was buying them brand new, though.
It would be
I mean,
almost triple.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I mean-
absolutely, almost triple. Very much.
The only thing I worry about, if we make this public, this is how much we're gonna allot you, and then you do a sealed bid. I think it was
No, the bid's already been in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there were parameters of like taking
Surprise.
the chairs out and everything. There's not gonna be any surprises. We just we're safe going up a little and see who comes in. I mean, you
Okay.
know, we're waiting on the bids, so.
There'll be a lot of people that
So
not
we
wanna
just need to
buy
make
it
an
on
emotion to,
Have to.
allot you $60,000,
Yes.
to purchase chairs.
Mhm.
and do repair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did I make that a motion?
Does that
Make-
include the paint too for Wade?
There's your motion.
Yes, and paint. Yeah,
Okay.
paint, yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
So it's
All
just
the-
seating-
all
it's
the-
just seating-
Make sure-
seating and
It
repairs.
is basically fixing
And all that it
to
includes
fix
and
that.
entails.
Yeah.
I mean, at
There's
the,
your motion.
Yeah. So Kay made the motion.
I second it.
Good luck, Jeremiah.
Thank you.
No. We'll say if Bobby has to leave, we'll have enough still for quorum.
Would that be okay?
3, won't it?
Would that be okay?
No.
No.
No?
Okay.
Okay, talk fast.
Stephanie.
I'm
Or,
sorry.
or you know, wait,
There's
Jeremiah.
your-
You need to take an official vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
you go to first and a second. You need an
yeah,
official
all
vote.
in favor.
All in favor. Okay. Now,
Thank you.
is that all, Jeremiah?
Yes, that's all. The rest of my report, Stephanie's going to go.
Okay, I'll make it as quick as possible.
Sorry, Steph.
The,
You got it.
I'm gonna read this just because I don't wanna mess it up, but, obviously, in front of you guys is our brand new brochures. I hope
Great
everybody's
job, you all.
happy
It's
with
great.
them. We've got a little tweaking to do on our website to meet some different needs of this brochure, links and such as that. We're working on that, but I was pretty excited about them. We're announcing tonight that we were contacted by Kristen Bronson, and she's with Kentucky State Tourism. She is the go-to lady, and she had sent out wondering who would be interested in doing a co-op at a basketball game, a UK basketball game, and we would be a sponsor of that game. We would be with ESPN and all of the marketing that. We would also be on the lighting there, the telecom, all of that at the UK game. So I reached out and asked some questions, and I said, you know, if we spoke about it, we decided we would like to do it. So I asked for a Tennessee game, because I tried to view it as is, let's see who we could get to come, you know, within driving distance. And she sent us back that, thank you for participating in the UK basketball co-op at Rupp Arena. Happy to report that we met our participation goal and were able to move forward with this partnership. Paintsville, we chose the Vanderbilt game. And she says, we also, because of this, received a bonus game, and that is Georgia. So for $5,000, we are going to be on marketing our events. We got 3 things. Home of is what she sent. And we'll be there at the UK basketball games, which I was very excited about. I think so we did home of Chris Stapleton and Loretta Lynn, home of the Paddle Fest, and home of the Dawkins Line Rail Trail. Those are the ones that we selected. So we're waiting for her to send the specific information for us to proceed. And we'll do a press release on it, and we're excited. It's a great
So
opportunity.
do we get tickets to the game?
No, that was the first thing in the email. There are
That
no
was
tickets
good.
with this.
I was gonna second that.
But it's pretty exciting, I believe, and I think, you know, we have lots of people who attend those games that are from all around, and it's going to say, hey, you know what, that's home, or I have that connection, and wow, I haven't been on that Dawkins Trail,
Right.
or
Paddle
you know, I haven't tried the Paddle Fest, and you know, we are so fortunate to have so many musicians here, and it was hard, you know, just picking, but we were limited, and I was fearful they were going to say, you can't say 2 names, and I'm like, ooh, but they didn't balk on that, so
That's good.
And
yay.
it's a very inexpensive way to reach everyone across the Commonwealth.
Yeah, and it's on ESPN. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna be good. It's gonna be great.
Now.
We also were approached by an artist who lives in Nashville. He's from this area. His name is Josh Martin, about doing a songwriters night. And so we discussed it, and we have agreed to proceed. And we are going to do it on December the 2nd at the SIP. Josh Martin, Brittany Taylor, and Nick Chamerson are going to come, and they'll sit and play, and they'll talk about the songs that they've written and the stories and such, and trying to get music there at the SIP as well. They're very excited about it. They are building the promotional poster for us to be able to then start marketing them. Josh was just this past weekend at in Lexington. He played at Manchester Hall with some other groups, and they had a huge turnout, and so I'm excited. And Josh would like for us to do it, you know, like 3 times, and we feel like we could do that easily, you know. And it might not be the same artist, but it would be obviously Josh always. Then we're delighted to be able to say that Pop Chevrolet stepped up and sponsored the Coke and the popcorn for the Goonies movies for both days, so we're not going to be out any cost there, and that's pretty awesome. And we are going to show like a little 30-second commercial about Pop Chevrolet, and we look at it as this is potential for us to find sponsorships for our movies and offset our cost.
Would it be possible to let the schools do the concession stand?
No, we need the money.
Okay.
Maybe, you know what? That would be a long-term fabulous goal, because they do it everywhere. I think right now where we're in such infancy stages, that might not be the case, but long-term, that should be our goal, absolutely. And we've had a few changes with the Paddle Fest. We are going to be starting at 10 o'clock, and the water is low. We have a lot of interest to do only 8 miles. We're offering both 8 and 16 miles. We're also going to be doing the meal at Combs for this last one as well. So
It's way low, and you literally have to pick up.
It was
yeah,
low.
she was on it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
low the last
Us
time.
two,
Well, it's low.
We were together,
Yeah.
so we know how low. Then the one thing is that we have our billboard that's on the Mountain Parkway that we don't want to lose. It's a great billboard. We have Paddle Fest on it. Obviously, this is their last Paddle Fest. I just kind of wanted some weigh in on where do you all think we need to go. You know, it's always been the Dawkins Trail. Then we split it with Prestonsburg and did the Paddle Fest billboard. But you know, it does cost money to do a rewrap on it. We have some funds to do that, but do we want to, you know, maybe look at trying to do something with, you know, the Mountain Home Place Christmas?
Yeah, well, the Christmas in downtown Christmas.
Yeah, do something along
Celebrate
holidays,
Christmas with Paintsville or something.
and then we could also do something maybe around it's a little early to do a Christmas one. So we might,
Walk in a store.
Yeah.
well, then we can go ahead and do it. It just, when they sit on the board and you
You
pass it so many times, unless it's changing, you kind of stop noticing it,
Mhm.
that's the negative of a billboard. So that's a thought.
It'd be November. before
Yeah, you
we
put it
go.
November 1st,
We
and that'd
could
be a
do
month. You know,
Okay, then,
Just a month,
so
be
just
30
do our
days.
Christmas, we'll build something trying to market both the downtown Christmas and the, Mountain Home Place Christmas. And as I said, we were working on the, website to do our 360 images. I know you had asked earlier about like, on our website, I mean, it's a brand new website, it's still some work in progress, but you also have to understand, like, if we've never had a photographer to build a catalog, which we hired someone to do, to start building that catalog. And when we got pictures of like the Apple Days, they're not pictures that you would put on a website that are gonna draw
They're not
you
there.
in. And so we were very selective of what we did there. That, I mean, that's why it's not
Yeah, they
complete.
took pictures this year.
Yeah, yes.
You know, we just
And-
don't have a catalog. We don't, it's not there.
But we will have.
And then on the
Well,
last
I
thing,
just noticed, you know, because I've been downtown with the cruising and stuff, and I know everybody likes it. I thought, well, there's not one picture of the cars or anything, you know, like that. And there are, you know, people get into those cars and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
So
cruising's a big draw.
it is a big draw, and it's, you know, just needs to have a lot of advertisement on there. Because I mean, I know we think the processions we don't do a whole lot, but when you start looking at it here, you know, we do a whole lot.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on in our
There is a
community.
lot of stuff that
that's
goes on.
exactly
That's
what
what I
we were
said.
discussing
Well, if
today,
you
and then people
can't
say,
find
well, I
something
didn't know
to do, you
anything
might look
about
at
it. Well, you know, we're doing press releases, we're doing Facebook,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the website is accurate, so it's a matter of, if you wanna find something, you're gonna engage and discover it.
Yeah.
And
Because I was wondering, like front porch picking, is there any way that we could move it to the river behind the thing in the summer?
it will destroy your event.
Yeah. It's-
Really?
It's,
Yes.
That is a niche. And it has, what we want to do is ultimately turn that, you know, back behind City Hall there, that little pavilion and thing. Dig up some of that blacktop and make a lawn chair theater and do Friday Night Live back there. And, you know, buy tables and whatever. That's the long-term goal for Main Street tourism.
And then, I'm sure everybody saw this, but I just wanted to say yay that we, were selected as Best Family Vacation from the Northern Kentucky Magazine. I think that between our billboards and our marketing up there, we have some good things going. I can read the email, which I kind of thought was cute. It says, your followers are strong, believe it or not. You guys won Best Family Vacation for Northern Kentucky. Gatlinburg and Orlando are both our runners up. Our team was a little shocked. I'm coming to Paintsville. I've attached the seal. Can't wait. And Shelby, this lady that we do business with, she is bringing her family for the Mountain Home Place Christmas. But
Good deal.
Somebody, there was a lot of snide remarks like we bought that or something. I thought, well,
there was no
everybody.
no.
Right.
Great job.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Okay.
What about executive session pursuant to
No.
KRS 61.8101 CNF?
No,
No.
No reason.
Any commissioners' comments?
no, I'm at the motion we adjourn.
So-
I just want to say thanks for everything, guys.
Thank
It's,
Thank you.
I love Paintsville and I love you guys. And
Well, we appreciate what you do.
Well, you
Always.
haven't gotten your email, have you?
Fantastic.
Oh.
Well, I want to say something. I have to say this. She has been a blessing not only to tourism but to Main Street. She's been a vital part of this community, and I, for one, really want to miss her.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm only a phone call away. And I love Paintsville and I'll do anything I can to help it. But as I said in my email, I'll always be singing its praises.
And she has agreed to help with some special projects that,
Good deal.
that we need her to work on. So that's nice.
And I just want to personally thank you for the do the, you know, the $500 check for the QSMA race that we just had this Saturday. We ended up raising about over $7,000. So
Wow.
we appreciate that. So we did the motion of all motions.
I made
Oh,
it.
Bonnie made it. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thanks, Bobby. Hope we didn't hold
Yeah,
you
you
up
did
too
great.
long.
Sorry, I had to